Hello, my name is Alunfe. I am the clinic director at Light Rehab. What would you like for me to call you, by the way?
My name's Anita. Anita
Anita?
Brake.
Anita Brake. I love that name. So, Anita, I'm going to be participating in your interview. I just have a couple questions, 10 questions just to ask, just so I can get to know you a little bit more. Is that okay?
Yeah, totally.
Beautiful. So let's just start off with something simple. Can you tell me about a little bit about yourself and what brought you to the wonderful world of physical therapy?
Well, that's a wild ride. I was working at a physical therapy office as a tech, and I was under 24 and needed health insurance. That's how I ended up there.
Mm-hmm.
And then, kind of contemplating life decisions. Do I go to grad school? What do I do? I was working at a high ropes course at the time, and that involves a lot of group dynamics, communication, and giving people the tools they need to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I was working with this patient as a tech, and she was like, well, you're good at this. And it was like an aha moment where I was like, I can take all those skills that I love to do on the high ropes course and apply it into a future career. And then I started that wild ride of retaking classes because all my credits expired.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But I will say that is a beautiful experience, just seeing how you were able to identify transferable skills. I really like that, and I value that very much. One thing I also did want to ask you is, considering the fact that you came from Wild Rides, did I get that correct? Well,
Just
high ropes, high ropes.
Oh yeah, high ropes.
Sorry about that. What made you feel comfortable working at our clinic specifically? Just because it's a very different environment than what I can assume high ropes would be.
Oh yeah, I've had a lot of experience with my clinical rotations.
Okay.
So that was me before school. Like this is me now school.
Okay.
And starting the career off. But your clinic it's location wise, it's perfect to where I want to be. Everyone here seems to really get along. So team dynamic is very important to me. I like that everybody posts going mountain bike riding and kind of going and doing the thing and yeah. So I was very drawn to that connected clinic environment.
Okay, I like that. So you really value movement, and I think that's quite a beautiful thing. And speaking about movement, what would you say are some of your strengths when it comes to being a movement expert?
Taking in that whole picture. What are they doing? Where do they come from? What are you trying to get back to? I like to do really wild stuff with my life, like skateboarding, snowboarding, things like that. And I want everyone else to be able to continue to do the things that they love to do or get back towards accomplishing that movement or goal, whether that's picking up their grandchild or riding a bike or what have you.
I like that. I think that's really nice. And while we're here, I also want to know, what would you say is a weakness as a PT?
I'm starting out my career. I'm young. I have clinical experience, but I don't have a lot of background. I don't have the years of experience behind me. So mentorship is also really important to me.
Okay, I like that. Mm-hmm. And on that concept, understanding that mentorship is important and knowing that you have a limited background, I wanted to ask, what area of PT interest and calls to you that you want to explore?
Yeah, pelvic floor. So I saw that you had the pelvic floor opening and you had the 2 pelvic floor therapists. But I've taken my first Herman and Wallace course, and I'm hoping to take some more of those to really back up that and get more knowledge as I go. But yeah.
Okay, I like that. You seem very well versed, and so far you're doing a great job.
Thanks.
Just keep that in mind. I also wanted to ask, because I understand that research and learning is very important. How do you stay updated on the research? What was the last thing that you researched, and how did you stay updated?
Oh, just out of school, I'm very updated on research. So
I believe that.
read a lot of articles. The APTA, I still got a membership there. I saw that you had the incentive to keep that membership. So that would be a great source of information as well, but also just my curiosity. I know that I always want to be a learner, and to kind of keep myself in that mindset as things are changing and evolving, especially in the pelvic health world.
Okay.
And as new research comes out, it can be a boring read, but getting through it and making sure that I got the right information so that I can evolve as a practitioner.
I love your answers. We're almost done. We have a few more questions left. You're hanging in there. I wanted to know, what is your approach for evaluating treatment plans?
Like an evaluation in general, or like a treatment plan for a
Let's say a
patient?
patient was put under a caseload that you weren't expecting, and it's that on, and it's at lunch. What's your
Okay.
plan?
Well, I got like a general plan, just like the basic evaluation, like subjective, like, what's going on, like a little bit of background, but then get them moving. What can they do? What can't they do? I think is what you're asking.
Okay. Yeah.
And then, like, as far as like going on the fly, chart reviews are great, but a lot of the times you go in there and the patient's like, the chart review says they're there for their back, and then you go in there and they're there for their foot. So it's like, how are, like, I don't like coming up with that cemented picture of a patient or how they're presenting in my head. I kind of like look at, like, is there any red flags? Like, is there anything that I should be aware of within the chart? And then find out more from them what's going on.
I like that. I wanted to identify your skill to pivot, and that's what you just demonstrated. Good job. Excuse me. I wanted to also ask about a difficult patient that you treated, and how did you overcome that situation?
I mean, it's just difficult patients are like can range from like bad conversation to they don't want to do anything.
Yes.
A lot of the times I feel like it's meeting somebody in the middle. Like, would you like a specific example?
Just whatever you have.
Yeah, like just kind of meeting someone in the middle of, I mean, top of my head, like the most obvious one that I had was I worked with somebody, I had a mask on and they didn't realize that I was Asian. And I walked of Asian descent, and I walked in the room, and they were basically dissing Chinese culture over COVID.
Okay.
Like, that's just the blatant obvious. And I was like, whoa, but didn't take it personally because it's not about me. I was entering the conversation, and we became really good friends by the end of his treatment, just through conversing and, not, I guess, like staying open to speaking with them.
I like that. Okay, so you remain patient. All right, good job. All right, we got 2 more questions, and we're all done.
And like I said, that was the most obvious one that just came to my head.
It just came
I
to
don't
you.
know why I shared that one.
No, but that was perfect. Because, again, that came from the heart, and that's why you're here. Another thing I wanted to ask, because I know you said that you're updated with research and you just got out of school. What's a modality or technique that you feel most comfortable with using, and why?
Manual.
Really? Manual?
Yeah.
That would be great. We definitely want manual.
I feel very comfortable with that simply because it's like, yes, I can see, but I feel like when I get my hands on, it's more of a feel. Like, is there a restriction? Or like the patient's moving, but then when I touch it, there might be like some different sensation, or there could be pain. So it's kind of like I want to touch while they're moving.
Okay, I like that.
I like feel with my hands.
No, that's perfect. All right, Janice. And all right, for our last question. You ready?
Yeah.
Now, compliance is always the thing that we're always struggling with our patients, everyone, everywhere. So if we have a patient who is struggling with their home compliance and their exercises and just their protocols, do you have a strategy, or what's your technique with dealing with them?
Again, going over those goals. What do they want to get back to? What is important to them? And then I guess depending on the patient, because as always it depends on what those goals are, their personality, like other factors that are going on in their personal life can dictate the way that I have the conversation. So if it's somebody who I've been working with for a while and they kind of prefer the more tell it how it is, I'm like, these are your goals. If we don't do this, you're not going to get back to that. Whereas somebody else who's on another end of the spectrum may need a little bit more of a delicate conversation or address other aspects of their life, or if there's something that can be in the community that can help them reach those goals or help them be capable to reach those goals.
I like that. Okay.
Is it meals? Is it nutrition? Is it a financial thing? Yeah.
So you have a transparent but adaptable approach with these patients. I like that. Dennis, I will say, you have answered these questions so well, and I'm truly impressed with everything you have to say. With you being a new grad, particularly impressed. So I will go ahead and talk to my career team.
Yeah.
And we will get back to you in about 2 to 3 weeks. You did a great job overall. I'm happy to have you part of our team. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah. As somebody who wants to go into pelvic, Obviously I'll be treating others as well, but how long are your evaluation?
For our pelvic evaluations, typically our regular evaluations are 45 minutes. However, though, our pelvic therapists have gotten back to me, and we really try to work with our therapists here. They inform us 45 minutes is just not enough time, no matter how much they try to speed up. So we have just recently moved to 10-hour-long sessions. So we felt that this should be more accommodating. We do not believe we can stretch it out more, but again, we try to work with people here.
Sweet, that's good. Now my another question is how do you measure productivity?
Well, one thing that we try not to focus on is units, just because there's a lot of practices that get caught up with focusing on their units, which inadvertently puts on pressure on the therapist to build more units. And in my experience, I have seen that it comes with more problems. So what we actually do is we tend to monitor productivity based on patient volume and patient satisfaction service.
Cool.
Because we want to see that our biggest goal is to get our patients better. And if our patients are at least getting better, we can work with that. But if we have a low volume and our patients are not getting better, then maybe we need to find a different solution to work with.
Sweet, that's good. I look forward to hearing from you.
Of course. It's been a pleasure, Dan.
Thanks.
Thank you.